Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Catherine Shiju. I have been teaching English in Mount Carmel English School, Washington for 3 years now. So let's come to the point. While countries are at different points in their COVID-19 infection rate worldwide, there are currently more than 1.2 billion children in 186 countries affected by school closures due to the pandemic. With this sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of the globe, we all are wondering whether the adoption of online learning will continue to persist post-pandemic and how such a shift would impact the worldwide education market. But I believe that the integration of information technology in education will be further accelerated and that online education will eventually become an integral component of school education. Many teachers are already touting the benefits of e-learning such as chat groups, video meetings, document sharing and digital board, etc. But at the same time, we teachers faced a lot of trouble and difficulties also. So, to make you parents aware of the challenges faced by teachers during online teaching, some of our MCS teachers are here. So, let's watch.
Hello, my dear student, parents, and friends. I hope that all of you are safe and healthy. This is Vishali Sunil Patil from Mount Carmel English School, Washington. This pandemic of COVID-19 has brought about this world very close. Last year, before the first lockdown was announced by the government, our school introduced e-learning to us. A teaching process with the help of electronic resources. This pandemic of COVID-19 has introduced few limitations to the teaching and learning process. Today, I would like to share with you few of them. The first one, students misusing the technology. Our school is having well-educated, well-qualified teaching staff. To deal with these online classes, we teachers should have great management and great control over these electronic gadgets. To bring about the efficiency, creativity during these online classes, we teachers have done a lot of hard work. But in front of poor conductivity, we teachers feel helpless. This is the same thing with the students, those who are living there in the remote places or rural area. The students from these places, they have struggled a lot with the electricity and network connectivity. In spite of these limitations, technological issues, I will support for e-learning that will be beneficial for our student. In the end, I assure you that we will overcome all these limitations and we will try to overcome these limitations and we will try hard for the betterment of our students. Bye bye everybody. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Taranpreet Kaur, a pedagogue of Mount Carmel School. During this pandemic, we endured a twisted lifestyle which gave new vision to survive in this crucial stage of life. Everyone's life took a new turn due to this pandemic. Along with everyone, teachers and students' life also took a turn. While at the same moment, when the student had opted for the online platform, it wasn't easy for a teacher to tackle the situation. They too faced a lot of difficulties. In a class, the basic necessities are discipline and face-to-face interaction between the teachers and the students. which were mostly extincted during this period. While in a class, a student is not only present physically but also mentally, whereas on virtual platform, the students were physically present but not mentally. So the students who were the ones known for their discipline and obedience were being known for their mischiefs. The student created the fuzz by annotating on the screens, not turning on their videos, and many more, even after many reminders. So all these activities resulted in the indiscipline of the classes. Moving on further with the other issue, that was lack of face-to-face interaction in a class. The face-to-face interaction led towards the essentials of a personality development. That is, a person will be able to become a good listener. As compared online platform, it was lacking up to an extent. Mainly, interaction is done for understanding each other's point of view. And if some students were not active, their gestures and expressions kept their point of view, whereas these points were lost on the virtual platform. That led to a great harm of one's personality development. Really, these were the points which I felt and which I faced most difficult to tackle during this pandemic. Thank you.
Greetings from Suji Singh. We are still in the midst of the pandemic and are struggling to keep ourselves safe. We, the teachers, are still worried about the future of our students. Hence, we do our level best to keep the children engaged in studies. So our school switched into the virtual classes throughout the year. It was the first time we, the teachers of Mount Carmel School, Washim, experienced teaching the children without having the physical presence and teaching them looking at the camera. And when we underwent through this situation, we faced many challenges. I would like to draw your attention to two of such challenges. The first, students were not able to join the classes on the stipulated time, since most of the teachers were using the mobile handsets for taking the virtual classes. We were not able to see the faces of our children during the period at a stretch. We could see only 4 faces on the screen. Then a number of times we had to scroll the screen in order to see the faces. So when we do concentrate on looking at the faces of the children, we lost the concentration of teaching. And when we concentrated more on teaching, so we could not recognize and we could not see the latecomers. So we were not able to admit them in the class on time, because of which the children lost a number of periods. And apart from this, there were so many other reasons which made a hindrance for joining the class on the stipulated time. The second challenge that we faced, I don't call it a challenge, but a situation that we faced, is the cooperation of the parents. During this pandemic, it became the sole responsibility of the parents to look after the studies of their children. During the physical classes, we the teachers were able to see what the children were doing during the period, whether they are concentrating, whether they are giving the complete attention to the teacher, or whether they are doing any other works in the class. But the situation is changed. The children are being in their own home during the virtual periods. So whatever is exposed to the camera only can be seen by the teacher. So it became the sole responsibility of the parents to see and to look after the studies of their children. Children were able to leave the classes at any time whenever they wished. So many of the children were doing so. When the teachers tried to ask some questions only to know how far they understood, but the children who did not like to be asked, they left the period as soon as they felt the teacher is going to ask some questions to them. So in this way, many of the children even left the classes and they were not able to attend, or they were not ready to attend the class. So the parents who were very serious about the studies of their children were with them and encouraging them to attend the classes. But we cannot blame anybody, because the parents also were trying their level best to earn bread and butter for them. And during that tension, it is obvious that they could not give more attention to the children. And this situation, many times, many children very well utilized and they took the advantage of the situation. So they left the classes. So that was another problem we felt when we were engaging the virtual classes. So hence, I would remind me and you that the virtual classes should make us more and more responsible and should make us more and more sincere to ourselves. That is the most important thing that we were able to study during this pandemic. The children who were self-responsible, they gained a lot during this period, but who were not having any self-responsibility, so they lost so many classes and they lost the most precious thing called knowledge. And sometimes they may have to pay very heavily for this in the future. So I would like to inform and remind every parents, you and me together shall keep our responsibility up to the mark and work for the better studies of the children, the better future of our children. Jai Maharashtra, Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Very good morning to all of you. So let me introduce myself. Myself, Ranveer Kaur Oberoi, primary headmistress. I am also teaching social science for standard 8th, 9th and 10th. Today I am going to highlight the journey of teachers in work and time management. Time management, as we all know, it plays a very important role in providing quality education and meeting the needs of every student. Teachers need to balance the work schedule in the given framework And through my experience, I can definitely assure you that we as teachers have gained a lot in this online journey. For some, it was just a start, but all of them tried their level best and managed within a short span of time and got success in this online classes. All the credit of this offline classes going to online goes to our respected principal, Father Nelson Varghese. But one sad part I want to focus during this online classes, which the teachers had to face, was that when some intruders tried to enter the online class and they passed certain comments which had really caused mental stress and disturbance in the teacher's mind. My humble request to all the students, please don't share your ID to any outsiders. And last but not the least, let me not forget to thank the technical team for their hard work and dedication. Let's hope and pray that this lockdown will surely end one day, bringing smile on everyone's faces. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you everyone and happy summer vacations.
A very good morning to all the parents, students and my dear teachers. I am Father Nelson Varghese, Principal of Mount Carmel School, Washim. I am here to share my experience about online classes. As a school principal, online learning was something very new to teachers and students. The school had done sufficient preparation for the online classes before the lockdown was implemented. The school had purchased a school app for itself and it had trained all the teachers. Before the online classes started, I am sure the teachers must have received not less than 20 trainings how to operate this app and conduct online classes in an efficient manner. And as a principal, I took all the efforts to make this online class a successful one. I heard from many teachers they had faced certain issues because of the intruders. But my teachers, they did their best they could. And they made these online classes a successful one. And it is not something normal, the usual learning. But still, the teachers took pain and understood the online platform. And they tried to perform very efficiently as they could. And today, I am very thankful to all the teachers who have worked tirelessly and who have put sufficient efforts in conducting the online classes and explaining to the children, sending PDFs and giving assignments, conducting online exams. And I am quite sure it is not that easy to conduct online classes and give attention to all the children equally, due to which some of the parents must have felt my children is not given due attention. My dear parents, I assure you the teachers did their best as they can. And they have done whatever they could do in their ability. And therefore, I, as a principal, thank each and every member of the staff in my school. And I am very grateful to whatever the efforts they have done, and they have cooperated with the management. And I am sure it was not something very pleasant. Due to lack of payments from the parents in the form of fees, I really struggled a lot to manage the financial condition of the school. And today, I thank the parents who stood by me and paid the fees on time and helped us to survive and stand as a school to support every staff the possible way the school can. Therefore, I offer my sincere thanks to all the parents who have helped me, who have stood by me, who have advised me in many things. I sincerely thank each and every one of you, and I expect you will continue to support me in bringing up the academics and other well-being of the students to a great standard. This is my aspiration and this is my expectation. Thank you once again for patiently hearing me and continue to support me. This is my prayer to you. Thank you.